Alright, I hear you. What's with all these videos? Okay, this is the last one. This is a old post on my vlog and on my blog. Not my vlog. This is my vlog. My blog. I write a lot in my blog. I write a lot in my blog. A couple years ago, I lost one of my books that I write in, and I realized that I can lose my books so they can get wet or things like that, and so I started blogging, and a blog on my MySpace. No one ever goes to MySpace anymore. I know no one's ever in the box. I mean, in MySpace anymore. And I actually started myself a blog spot. So that's where I put a lot of my stuff at now. I still write with the pen and the paper because sometimes you can only get stuff out with a pen and a paper, and so I do still use that, but I can actually type at a rate that I think, so it all worked out better. I love technology. But this one is a post that I put in my blog, and I can't tell the year. I think it was like a year or two ago. Yeah, it was in '08, and I titled it, and it jumped out at me because I was going through my old blog trying to see if it was anything that I wanted to share off of there, and it kind of jumped at me because I was like, Black Tears, what is that? So this is actually a blog post of mine, and it's titled Black Tears. I'm just sitting here. It's 2:30 in the morning. I was woke up because my mama wanted to have a conversation with me about what's going on at our house right now, and after that I decided to sit down at my computer and do some homework. At first it was like a hurt in my stomach, like I was going to throw up, so I got up and got some milk, but it still felt that way for a long time. Then I actually threw up. I thought it was over, but it wasn't. That sensation moved up until it felt like a big lump in my throat, and I got scared because it felt like whatever it was about to burst out of my mouth, but I just thought maybe I had ate the wrong thing or something. And then it happened. It was so slow coming, but I felt tears on my cheeks and I wasn't crying. You know that saying, the straw that broke the camel's back. I got to thinking about how strong a camel actually is, and the fact that they can carry hundreds, sometimes thousands of pounds of things on their backs. But then the thing that would break it, the thing that would actually break it down would be the weight of one more straw. I know it's just a cliche saying, but to be honest, that's how I'm feeling right now. I can't really take this anymore. I'm so tired of wearing this mask day in and day out, knowing that the only person I could be myself with is gone forever. My home is in chaos. My mind is in shambles. My pockets are empty. Then to top it off, I took a chance. I don't think you understand that I actually let myself open a little, and then to get hurt. All it did was make me miss my pook even more. So much more. These tears are laced with mascara, and I don't care about the pain anymore. Those who hate me must be happy to see me so miserable. I tried to avoid this, just threw myself into my books, but making straight A's is no comfort to me. I want to leave here, go somewhere and start off new, and leave this town and all of its disappointments behind me. I wish I was free from this damn pain. It hurts so much. The first cut was like a gate opening. It felt better than again and again. I watched the water flow from me, and for a moment I felt like myself again. I actually felt like myself again, like I felt before these circumstances happened to me, before all these things came into being. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I wish that I could turn back time or that I can rewind the clock, but sometimes, even if you're appreciative of the things that you had, you still wish that you can cherish them all the much more. All the much more. For a moment I felt free. This is not the answer, but for now I will do to help me through. I was actually at a pretty low point in my life. And I actually remember that day. It's the first time I ever cut myself. And it was a relief that rushed over me. And I know that's one of the psychological tricks that, that your mind tells you that cutting actually releases the pain. And I guess it probably just comes from actually the blood leaving your body. And I did it for a while. I cut for probably about 6 months, and I kept it to myself, and I kept it a secret. And I actually cut myself up and down my arm, and no one ever noticed it. No one ever asked anything about it. And when someone would by chance see my arms, because I'm usually wearing something like this in the wintertime, I'm a hot-natured person, and so for me to be wearing long sleeves, was not normal. But no one paid it any attention, I guess. And when anyone would ask, it would be a stranger or something, like, oh. And I had this routine. I would buy a fresh razor, and I would cut, and I'll make sure I cut in a certain direction. I would make sure that I was very deliberate with my cuts. And right after I cut and I would feel the relief, I would clean it, and then I would put Neosporin on it, and then the next day I would put NPM on it so that it would fade. And that was what I did for about 6 months. And I wouldn't advocate anyone cutting. I don't cut anymore, obviously, but that point in time, it seemed like it helped. And what made me stop was the day that I cut last. I remember I was sitting in the bathroom on the side of the tub, and I was thinking to myself, I could just finish this. I could get the ultimate relief. These small cuts make me feel good for a little while, but if I make the ultimate cut, I could feel better forever. And I actually, and you can still see the mark right next to the veins right here, where I actually dug the razor down. Like, I dug it into there because I was just gonna put it all the way across. And that was the first time I ever felt pain from cutting. And I was about to pull it, and something just said, but something else may take the pain away. And it was just like that in my mind, and I dropped the razor, I did my usual routine of cleaning. I never cut again. Sometimes people just see what they want to see. They choose what they want to acknowledge. That doesn't always work to your benefit, because it comes out in one way or another. It will manifest itself. And I learned it the hard way. And so the blogging and the vlogging, helped me to overcome stuff like that. That's why I don't ever try to hide things on my videos. That's why I'm never fake. I'm never pretending. I'm never portraying to be something that I'm not, or anything like that. And I've made attempts to try to kind of streamline my videos, try to get some kind of schedule, try to get some kind of, little commentary, stuff like that going, and it hasn't worked because that's not me. And I'm sitting here with myself, and I'm talking to myself. And so I couldn't do it because I understand that would ultimately be faking and lying to myself, which is something that I've never done and I don't want to do. And that's just the truth. I don't like fake people. I don't like people who pretend and try to make themselves seem like, they goody two shoes, or like they, all this, that, and the third. And then, always saying that it's, when they do something that's quote unquote negative, they like to say it's not their character, or say that it's not like them, but they do it time after time again. So, if you do it time after time again, and then you say it's not your character, well then apparently it is your character coming out, and because you wouldn't do it over and over. And I don't want to get into those kinds of situations. That's how I live my life, as Artavia Tay, and though I don't have deliberate, manipulative, or just concise, plotted out ways of doing things, I do have a focus, and I do know what I want to achieve and what I'm trying to do. And the main thing that's important to me is to be Artavia. That's the most important thing to me. And in doing that, being true to myself, then I feel like I can maybe help other people some kind of way. And if it's just one person, that's fine. And if that one person ends up just being me, then that's fine too. But yeah. I'm not in this video. One love.